Solve a Rubik's Cube, the first thing you'll need to know are these algorithms. The other thing is to know how to use these algorithms. And algorithms just help you solve parts of the cube without messing up the other parts. So the first thing is just to know the different sides of the Rubik's Cube. So this would be the front side, this would be the right side, over here is the left side, here it's the back side, down side, and then top side. Now, the other thing you need to know is, for example, if you have a T right here, right, that means the top side. And if I say T, that means turn it once clockwise. So, for example, you have a T right there. Turn it once clockwise, like a clock, right? And then if I put an O next to that T, what does that mean? Well, it means the top side, turn it once counterclockwise, right? Opposite, turn it opposite. So once again, just reviewing that, top is clockwise. If I put an O next to it, counterclockwise, once. Now, since we know that, we can start solving the cube. The first thing you want to do is solve for the green cross. I choose green as my starting point, but you can choose any side. So I'll start with green. So what you want to do is solve for the green cross, and not only on the top side, but try to match it with the middle square too. For example, here the green matches, but the white doesn't match with the orange. So what you want to do is align it with the white, right? So all I'll do is just turn it, and then so the green matches and the white matches. Now we'll try the different sides. Okay, so over here we have green and orange, green and yellow. So how do we get this here? Well, all we have to do is just turn it, and then now the green and yellows match. Now, what about here, right? So if I turn it, the green should be here, but the orange should be here. So it's flipped. Now, how do we fix this? So if I try to do anything, it might mess up the other two. So how do I do this? Well, we'll use our first formula. So the first formula is this, ROTFOTO. So what does that mean? So what we do is we put whatever we want, the flipped square right here, right? So this is our starting position. So so we have our green right here and the orange. So this will help us flip these two. So the first thing we do is RO, so right side opposite. So we'll turn it right counterclockwise. Then we'll turn the top, T. We'll turn it clockwise. Then the front side, counterclockwise. And then the top side, counterclockwise. So what did that do? Well, that aligned the green, right, and the orange, and it didn't mess up these. So that's what that formula does. Now for the final one, we want the green and red. So over here, we have the green and red. And so what we do, we just put it underneath where we want it to be, and then just rotate it. So we have our green and red. But so for one more practice, I'll show you one more time. So let's say it was flipped, right? So the green and red are flipped. Well, we'll use that formula again, and the formula was RO, which means right side opposite, so counterclockwise, and then T, right? T is clockwise, and then FO, which was counterclockwise, the front side, and then finally top side opposite, which is counterclockwise. So now we have the green and red matching, and then we have the green cross, and then the orange, white, and red and yellow match. Now what we need to do is finish the first layer, which means solve for the green and these. We want the oranges and yellows to match. We want here to be white, here to be orange. So we want these to match. So for this, for example, like right here, right? So the red and white match. We want that to be the case for all three of these. So how do we do that? Well, we'll use our second formula, which is RODORD. Okay. So how will we do this? Well, we have our green, right? Green, white, and orange. So we'll put that under where we want it to be. For example, right here, right? So we have our green, white, and orange. So green, white, and orange. So now using that formula, we'll keep doing it until it fits right here. So the formula was right opposite. So right opposite would mean counterclockwise. Then down opposite. So down clockwise would be that way, but right now we want counterclockwise. So it'd be counterclockwise. And then right, so that'd be clockwise. And then down clockwise. Okay. So now we have the green here, but we need it to be on top, and we need the white to be right here and the orange to be right there. So we keep doing this formula until it works. So keep doing it. So it'd be right opposite, right? So counterclockwise, down opposite, which is counterclockwise, right, and then down, which is clockwise. And so we keep doing it, right opposite, down opposite, right, down. And one more time, right opposite, down opposite, right, down, and then one more time. So right opposite, right side, right, and then down, right, down opposite, and then right, down. And see, the green is on top, the white matches, and the orange matches. So now we need to do that for these two sides, right? So what do? Well, we just find one of the other green. So right here, right? So green, yellow, and red. So green, yellow, and red, we'll move it to where it needs to be. So underneath where we want it to fit. So here's the green, the yellow, and the red. So now we'll just keep using that formula until it fits right here. So it'll be right opposite, down opposite, right, down. Right, so, and then now we have it, right? So we have green, the yellow matches, and the red matches. And then the final one is right here, right? So green, orange, and yellow. So we have our green, yellow, and orange. So we'll put it underneath where it needs to be, and then use that formula. So the formula is right opposite, down opposite, right, down. Right opposite, down opposite, right, down. And then you keep using this formula until, and then you can gradually, as you get more comfortable, you can just do it faster, and then finally you'll have it. Green, orange, and yellow. And so now we have our finished first layer. Green matches, and each one of these match with their center piece. So now since we have that, we can flip it, right? We can flip it so the green's on the bottom, and now blue will be our top. So now what we want to do is we want to do this middle layer. So how do we do that? Well, now we use two new formulas. So the two formulas are here, front face and right face, and I'll go over that. So for example, right here, right? So what you want to do is you need these pieces if you want to finish the second layer. So over here we have yellow and orange, right? So where is yellow and orange? Right here. So yellow and orange are right here. So you want to align the yellow with the yellow, and then the orange is right here. So you want to align this, and then you can use one of the formulas. So once these are aligned, then you can move this right here. So since this is, if you're holding it like this, since this is on the front face, I show it right here, since it's on the front face, you use this formula. Okay, so right here, if I'm holding it like this, the yellow matches, and I want to move this piece right here, I would use, and this would be on the front face, I would use the formula I just showed you. So the formula is top, right? It's top, right, top opposite, which is counterclockwise, right opposite, top opposite, front opposite, top, and then front. And see, the yellow and orange match up. Now, for this one, right, we have yellow and red. So we move it until we find yellow and red. Okay, so we found it. Now, since the red matches up with the middle red, we can look at which face it's on. Since we're holding it like this, it's on the front face. So now we can put it right here. So we start the formula. So it will be top, right, top opposite, right opposite, top opposite, front opposite, top, and then front. And now it matches. So it might look orange like this, but it's actually red. So now we look, and then we only have one left. So let's move this into place. But look at this. So when we align this, this actually is not on the front face anymore. It's on the right face. So the other formula actually solves this problem. Is it gives us a formula to solve if the two pieces are on the right face. So now holding it like this, we'll use the right face formula. So it will be top, the top side, right? Top side opposite. So it'll be like that. Front opposite, top, front, top, right, top opposite, and then right opposite. And now, see, the white and red matches up. So now we finished the green side and now the second layer. Now what we want to do is finish the third layer. And so the first thing you'll start with is, since blue is our top now, we'll do the cross, right? So how you do the cross is you try to put your cube like this, and then, for example, you have two blues right here. You want it so that these are not blue. For example, you wouldn't use that formula like this. You do it so where one of them, at least one of them, is not blue. So now if you have it in a configuration like this, where you have two blues right here, but two of them are not blue, you would use this formula. So you'd use the cross and this formula. So let's use that. So you would hold it like this and then use that formula. So it would be front, right, top, right opposite, top opposite, and then front opposite. So now we have something like this. We have blue, and that's what I was saying, like at least have one of the blues on the side. So what that means is like you wouldn't hold a cube like this, right? Because or you can, but it's better if you hold it like this. So make it so on your left the blue isn't on the top. Even if you do it like this, for example, if you have the blue right here, it would still work, but it would take more time. So just keep it in one position and keep using that formula until you get the blue cross. So once again, in the same position, I'll do the same formula. So front, right, top, right opposite, top opposite, front opposite. And now look, so the blue, we have a blue cross. So now since we have the green side, two layers, and then now the blue cross, now we want these middle layers to match up. So how do we do that? Well, we can rotate them around and see if they match, and they don't, so rotate it one more time, and they don't match, so rotate one more time. So in this case, it actually does match up, but that's by luck. So I'll show you, I'll mix it up for a second, and then, okay, so in this case, right, we have orange matching, but the rest don't match, right? So orange matches, but red doesn't match, the yellow and white don't match, and the red and white don't match. So what this formula does is it moves the red right here, moves the yellow right here, and the white right here. Then if we do it again, the white would come over here and then match, and then so forth. All of these would match. So what you do is you have your side right here, right? You have your orange and blue matching. So you hold it like this and then start the formula. And the formula this time will be for the middle pieces, right? And it will be this formula. So you hold it like this with Y shape, and your matching, right, is these don't match. So you hold your matching on the front face and then use that formula. So the formula is right, top, right opposite, top, right, and then now 2 times the top, meaning turn it twice, and then right opposite. So this is your right side, right opposite. So what happened? So all these switched places. Now we do it one more time. So what do? We follow that formula. So it's right, top, right opposite, top, right, and then now twice, we move the top layer twice, and then right opposite. So now look, so the layers all match up. Yellow, orange, white, and red. So now since we have all of that, we can finish with the corners, right? So the corners here don't match up. Or we have orange and white, but the orange and white should be over here. So what we do is first look to see if there's any corners matching. There's not. So if you don't have any corners matching, that's okay. You can start from any corner. So you can start, for example, right here, right? And then you use this formula, okay? So using that formula, what you do is just have it in any corner now, because none of them match. Have it in any corner and then use that formula. So it will be top, right, top opposite, left opposite. So this, we never use this side, but this is the left. So left opposite, for example, here, this is the left. If it was left, it'd be clockwise, but this is left opposite, so this way. So left opposite, top, right opposite, top opposite, and then left. So once again, since this is left, it'd be clockwise. And then now what we do is we look to see if any of them are matching. And so this one's matching, right? So we have our blue and the white and the red. It's the right piece with all the right colors. So now what we can do is just start from here, and then this formula will switch. It'll switch this square right here, and switch this one here, and switch this one here. So we start right here and follow that formula. So it will be top, right, top opposite, left opposite, top, right opposite, top opposite, left. So now we look and we see that it's they've switched places and they're in the right place. All the colors match, and this one solved just by luck. So now the final part of solving a Rubik's Cube is you use this formula, the original formula, over and over until you solve it. So you use this formula until you solve the cube. And you have to finish each completely. And what that means is you start like this, right? So you use this original formula right here, RODORD. So, and you do that until it solves, okay? So you'll do RO, right opposite, down opposite, right, and then down. And then once again, right opposite, down opposite, right, down, right opposite, down opposite, right, down, right opposite, down opposite, right, down. And now it's solved, right? So now what you do is you rotate the top layer counterclockwise, right? So you rotate it counterclockwise, and now you do it again. So right opposite, down opposite, right, down, right opposite, down opposite, right, down, right opposite, down opposite, right, down, right opposite, down opposite, right, down. So now this is solved, and once again, you rotate the top layer until you come to your next piece, and then you do it again. Right opposite, down opposite, right, down, right opposite, down opposite, right down, right opposite, down opposite, right down, right opposite, down opposite, right down. And you finally have finished solving the Rubik's Cube. So after all that work, you finally finished, and then there's your finished Rubik's Cube. So just, it takes a while to memorize these, but that's why I put the O's. So hopefully you'll find it more easier to memorize. For example, rho, do, RD. It's just easier to remember these names, and then after a while it'll become easy, and then you can learn how to solve it faster. And this cube is actually I like this cube more than the normal cube because it doesn't actually have stickers. This is painted on. So and I'll post the link for this in the video below. So I hope you found that useful, and thanks for watching.